Hello YouTube fans, here again, and I figure why not do this one. Now you already know what I think about remakes, which I call shit mates, because they are fucking garbage. They suck assholes. And I remember doing this one before. This is an era where I would say remakes what were dud. Remakes what were worth a fuck. Where you had a director, let's say, who had a passion, went out, got an old film, and made it his fucking own. Something Hollywood is lacking these days. Good directors. Shock and horror, but it's true. But this, I'm going to talk about this one. This is an unestimated one. These are like me hundreds. And these are ones that are remakes what I think were worth a shit. But were good remakes. And a little bit better than the original. Shock and horror again. Um, I'm about to say this is a very unestimated one. Very hard to get on DVD in this country. Why? I don't fucking know. But there you go. From 1988, The Blob. A remake from the classic Chief Machine, The Blob. Now, I actually don't mind the 1958 one, but the only highlight is The Blob. For its time, and people think it's laughable now, for its time, them effects were top notch. The only other highlight of the film is Chief Machine, because he's the only one, apart from the one who's playing his Durf end, who does some good acting. The rest of the actors, see that at the back of me? See that at the back of me? Fuck it, I love doing it. Piece of fucking wood. Can't act the way out of a fucking piece of fucking wood. Just wooden. But I'm not going to be insulting too much because 1958, the 1950s, acting was different. It was different back then. So I'll a film from all the way from 1958, leeway. But on the other hand, what they did was they got a classic B monster film, the director, and he turned it into a sci-fi horror movie. The Blob, the effects were more better, proper practical. When it got to gory bits, you definitely know people got killed, didn't give a fuck, even kills a kid, which was bitty balls there. But it's not to in your fucking face, it's professionally done, it's fast, and it's gone before you notice it. There's only two scenes, what copies from the 50s one, the bit with the old guy touches the blob, but it jumps on his hand, which was done more fissures. So, thing that he's even had to cut his own hand off, it's in that much adding there. And the bit in the cinema. But I think in the cinema it improved it, because instead of people running out the cinema, even though you do see that in the 88 one, you actually see the blob attacking people. Doesn't fuck about. One scene where this poor woman's face turns into mush. And the director does is the same director that's given us A Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3, The Dream Warrior. So there's no danger to horror, but it had horror in it. It was sci-fi. It was an experiment that went wrong. There's a bit where it's attacking people. Yeah, the ending I couldn't do with the priest, so his face is burnt up. You got the idea it's 2 days later. Typical sequel bait ending. The rest of the blob, I liked it. I think it was a damn worthy remake. And you know what? There's another good remake. The Fly. That's right, The Fly. Again, I don't mind the 1958 The Fly. You know, but in its day now, you look at it, it's a guy, comes out of a pod, all the way through the film, he's got a bag on his fucking head. This is before we had the Elephant Man, or before we had the Deadly Suntown, or before we had Jason in the second Friday the 13th. You had a guy with a black bag on his head. No, I don't admit the performance is pretty good. He's knocking on doors, tries for yes. No, once for yes, twice for no, I got it. Then nearly at the end of the movie, his wife pulls the bag off and he's got the fire's head, the fulfillment. Just now you laugh at it, you know, it's a guy walking around with a fire's head on his body. But again, for its time, it was above its time. Now it's a bit dated. But what they did was, David Oldenboom, who's doing all his date films, and I did fuck up on the name, the actor being Jeff Goldblum. I said Jeff Bridges when I was talking about good films. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum, Dina Davis made a name for themselves. Yeah, it copies a bit when he's in the pod, but it doesn't come out with Fire's head in his fucking body. It doesn't come out with a fucking bag on his head. It becomes its own beast. Doesn't copy lines from the 50s. The characters have a different name. Shock, horror, a director what knows how to make a film its own. And I love it. I love the Fire. I know what I mean. Yes, the ending is a bit sad. You feel for him. He's the Death Doctor who thinks he's got powers and he hasn't. He's turning into this big fucking monster. But that's what made the film. That's what made it. The practical effects. How I miss them golden fucking days. Practical, special effects. The ending was a bit sad. I can see why in the second one Dina Davis didn't want to prize a role. But I actually like The Five from 1986. A damn good worthy remake. Another one. John Carpenter, that being The Thing. I actually don't mind The Thing from Another World, the black and white one. Yes, it was a typical sci-fi B monster film. But I actually like what it did. Again, practical effects, practical effects. And John Carpenter did it. He did. When he does a remake, how did the man do? He does a fucking remake. Fuck me. And he got it. He got I could get his name to Russell. He's been tied a few John Carpenter's films at that time, whether it be Elvis, the movie, whether it would be Escape from New York, and this one. It's isolation. You don't know who to trust. When people change, it's practical effects again. I love the bit where that dies down and saves that guy's life, and he's doing the press ups on his chest, and his chest just opens up and goes and slams on his fucking hands. Proper, practical, special effects you're never going to see ever again. It's 18, and this is why I was never a lover of the prequel of the fucking thing with shitty CGI. Looks like a video game. Someone wanted me to review it, and I couldn't lie. I couldn't say, "Oh yeah, it's a good film." No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was a piece of shit. Because you can never ever beat practical effects, and this film shows it. And it's damn good worthy fucking remake, and it was its own fucking beast. And another one by John Carpenter, like I said, about the whole kid, get excited. Like I said before I coughed, this man knows how to do a remake the right way. That being Children from the Dam. Christopher Reeve, Superman himself, in one of his last, well, not one of his last, one of his date performances, it'd be fascinating to see him not playing Superman. Kirstie out there, before she sadly passed away. She gets an awful death. But I've got to admit, I don't mind the 50s Children from the Dam, but I've got to admit, the 90s one, the 1991, they were more frightening. The kids look fucking frightening. They had them weird red eyes. You know not to fuck with these kids. These kids tip the fucking children from the John and run for them fucking money. They do. They do. So that's Children of the Dam, another good remake. I remember talking about it, why not? Take Fair. I don't mind the original one with Teddy Peck, but what Robert De Niro did was he researched psychopaths, he went to see rapists and murderers, he researched it, he had all these fake tattoos on his body, he pumped out, just like he did when he did, remember the movie? It'll soon come back to me. But there was a film what he did, he played a boxer, he did the same in this, he pumped out, and he took the role, he made the role his own, he was vicious, he was dangerous, you know what I mean? I like I like the actors in it, I was fucked up the name again, I didn't forget his fucking name, I forget his name, but like I say, I like Jessica Land in it, you know, she's not just eye-tanned, she's not just a stand-up in distress, she knows how to defend herself, to protect herself, I like, I like the fact they have that boat fight scene, you see me bites that poor fucking woman's face off. So she's someone you don't want to fuck with. So I like that. I think it was a damn good remake. Also, I like the only bit you could say was what the kept originally was the music. I'm not going to do the rest. But yeah, that's a good one. Go me review. You want to hear more about it? I actually don't mind Take Fear, the 1991 version of Take Fear. A damn worthy remake. So there are some remakes out there which I don't mind. I don't think are pieces of shit. And nowadays I think of shit. I think of fucking darbids. So I'm going to do some more like this and more stuff like this on the way of remakes what I done and some remakes what I think suck fucking assholes. Suck ass. But until then, be smart, be safe. See you later.